Hello, welcome to another video, and today I'm going to be doing some world building. So I wanted to kind of narrow down like some of the places in my world because I've been developing my story a little bit more, and I needed to like rework some of the locations. So the first location I'm going to be doing is the village that they like come up on, like the very first village that they come up on. And I can't remember what I named the village, but honestly I'm probably going to rename the village. And then my cat came to visit me, and she's adorable and I love her. She's so cute. And she just keeps bothering me, but it's okay because I love her. So I wanted it to like have these cliffs surrounding it, so it's like inside like this nook in the cliffs. So what I did was I just kind of drew this semicircle cliff thingy before I went in, and I kind of went in with the layout of the village. My cat was just like messing with my pencil the entire time, but I somehow managed to draw out kind of this base sort of layout. So I wanted it to be like this mining town and this farming town, like all in one, but mainly mining because they're like up in the mountains, and so it's going to be a lot less farming than mining. I mean, a lot more mining than farming, that's the word. So more blacksmiths and things like that. So I drew out some fields and stuff, and then exactly where I wanted this stream to, like, there's this river that'll go down, and it's the one that the group is following. They're gonna go down, and that's what's gonna like lead them to the village. And it's gonna go down, like the waterfall's gonna go inside the walls and flow outside of the walls, so that they like have water inside the walls. Because I want the main part of the, like, anything that they need needs to be inside the walls because of the army, and like there's a bunch of war going on, and so it's kind of like to defend everything. It's like they need to have all of their base resources inside the walls. So that's kind of the idea. And then I went in and I wanted to draw one more thing, the sketch, and that was their camp. So their camp is a couple, like a mile or two away from the village. Or I guess it's not really a village. I more describe it as like a small city. And majority of their camp is like in a cave. So I wanted to sketch out kind of what the cave looks like. And so yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking of doing. And I go in and I sketch it digitally, so I can have a digital copy that's a little bit more, not like rendered, but like easier to distinguish. So I'm going in with some line art. I wanted to talk a little bit about like the culture, just to kind of brainstorm what I wanted it to be. So since this is a mining town, I wanted it to be like, there's one thing that I'm trying to decide, and it's whether to make it like really, really big, not like really, really big, but like pretty big with a lot of people, or if I want to do it a little bit smaller where like everyone knows everyone. I'm thinking somewhere in between there, with like kind of like everyone knows everyone, but there's still a good amount of people. I'm thinking a trading town, so like people come in and they'll like trade things, because it's like a good spot to like, I don't really know how to describe it, but like it's on a trading route because of like the river or something. But I also want it to be like big enough to where it's a little bit harder to notice when there are new people. And I also want new people to be kind of frequent, because but I also want them to be hostile of new people. I don't really know exactly what I'm trying to figure out, but I do want it to be kind of people are pretty hostile of each other because they don't know who's working for who, and like anyone who's new, they could be working for like the queen or whatever, or they could be spies because there could be like a myth writer in their group or whatever. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking also there's like, they live up in the mountains, so it's really, really cold. So there's probably something that I could do with that. But yeah, I'm going in and I'm color coding everything, like what's a house, what's like a commercial establishment, and like what's farmland and stuff. So I'm going into different colors. Oh my gosh, she's very loud. She's very mad that I locked her out of this room. She came in and she just like jumped from up above me onto my stomach and it hurt. So I was like, while I'm recording, you're leaving. But yeah, so I'm going in with like different colors. I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of forgot which color was which because I drew this like a week ago. But I'm pretty sure red is commercial establishments, purple is like farm animals, and then then green is farmland, and then like brown is like houses and like neighborhoods and stuff. I think it's specifically houses, so like, you know, like family houses. Then like the gray is the wall that like surrounds them. So, and then yellow are like smaller vendors. So yeah, that's kind of my idea for the village. I'm thinking it'll be kind of like their home base. They meet Missy, who's like the owner of the inn/bar, and then she's got and then you've got David, who's the baker. He's a little bit more important to the story, but I'm not gonna like spoil it, you know. But yeah, that's kind of the idea. And then finally I'm labeling. I get to learn these too. So sorry, brown is houses, red is commercial establishments, then they've got farmland and animals and vendors. The next one that I'm gonna do is their cave. So when they first break free from the forest and and they come up on these grassy cliffs, which is kind of where the village is, they're like, this is kind of, we see the village down there, and this is kind of a good hideaway spot to like figure out what we're gonna do. So they kind of look around and they find this cave, and that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out, the layout of the cave. So like what's storage and like what's the layout of their camp. And 2 more people are going to be added to stay at this camp, so I want it to be kind of bigger but not too big. There are things I wanted to add, so like bedding, cooking, and then we got campfire, and then climbing, because one of the things that they do is they like climb. It's kind of like exercise, and specifically Quinn, she loves climbing. So, and also they have to climb up and down to get to the village, because they climb down the cliff and then go around to the village through the village's front gate. So it's kind of necessary that they're good at climbing. So I kind of color coded a little bit. So like the red is Josh's, the blue is Sam's, and then the green is Quinn's, kind of like places. And then I go in and I select like the entire cave, because I decided I wanted to add some dramatic shading and lighting to show like what's actually the cave. And then I decided to add these little tributaries that go in, not tributaries, what's the word? Tunnels that go in and out, and then they're gonna like block these off, but they like go deeper into the mountain. There's not really a plot point with this. I mean, there could be. I haven't really decided. It's just kind of a decision I made on the fly. But it is going to introduce Sam's fear, which is fear not of like the dark, but like of like those, you know, when you kind of look into it and you're like, I don't know if somebody's watching me, but like that type of thing. I really need to do more research on this, but that's like what he's scared of. So he's gonna draw these barricades not draw, but he's gonna build these barricades right there of like those and like block them off so that if there's something there, it can't get to them, you know? And then I added in some coloring and then it's like show the different spots, and then I was done.